Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to Action Theater Presents. Today's feature, of course, is The Pirates of the Caribbean, the third act of the trilogy at World's End from 2007, starring Johnny Depp, Keira Knightley, Jeffrey Rush, um, Orlando Bloom, um, and
cast. We also have Tom Hollander returning as our villain, Lord Beckett. Bill Nye is back as Davy Jones. Jack Davenport is back as Norrington. Jonathan Pryce is back as Governor Swan. Lee Ehrenberg and Mackenzie Crook are back as Pintel and Ragetti. Gibbs is back. Kevin McNally, as well as David Bailey. It's Cotton. Stone Skarsgård, who's a bootstrap Bill Turner, Naomi Harris, also David Schofield, Lauren Marr, pretty much everybody who was in the last two movies is back. Keith Richards shows up in this film. Ghassan Massoud, who played Saladin in Kingdom of Heaven, he's in this film as well. And also a name I know some of you out there are definitely looking forward to, Chow Yun-fat is in this film as well. Of course, from all those classic 80s and 90s John Woo films. So, I have not seen this film.
No.
I have not seen the Pirates films past part 2.
Okay.
So I am not 100% sure what we're walking into here. All I know is that this movie is like 20 minutes longer than the previous one, and I'm like,
yeah, this one's it's quite enjoyable. That's why I've elected to do it. These are all summer blockbusters, and a summer they're lack of blockbusters. Well, it's good to revisit some old ones,
Indeed. The brief synopsis for this is Will, Elizabeth Barbosa, and a crew of the Black Pearl try to rescue Jack from Davy Jones's locker and prepare to fight Lord Cutler Beckett, who controls Davy Jones and the Flying Dutchman. Because, of course, at the end of the previous film, Jack was taken by the Kraken. He has gone down with the ship. The Black Pearl is no more, and or at least for right now, no more. Who knows? They may resurrect it. Davy Jones is now in the control of Beckett because Norrington has brought his heart, the thump, as Jack calls it, to Beckett, and so we're the last film was basically The Empire Strikes Back, almost literally, really, of this particular trilogy. And so, will our group of Jedi, our pirates, come back and save the day?
Yep.
And take down the evil Lord Beckett, who's kind of the kind of wants to be the emperor. And so of course we have Gore Verbinski returning as director. We have the same writers as the previous two films. Jerry Bruckheimer, of course, returning as a producer. So really quickly, I'd like to say hello to everybody who's joined us here in the live chat.
Yes.
Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member of both of our channels, in fact. Mm-hmm. The Bird Woman of YouTube.
31 months. Thank you. Thank you for being a rock star.
All right.
That is awesome.
We also have in the chat Andrea Black, friend of the channel.
Hello, Andrea.
Channel member JPRPH1.
What's up, JPRHB Oakland? We won't make you walk the plank just yet.
All right. So, something very quickly, a little bit of housekeeping before we move on. YouTube has guidelines.
Yeah.
The pirates within this film, they have guidelines. YouTube has guidelines. And unlike the pirates who kind of, you kind of skirt those guidelines sometimes when necessary. Unfortunately, we can't do the same. YouTube has some pretty stringent rules here in America about copyright. And this film is not yet in the public domain. So unfortunately, we can't air the movie live. We would very much like to, but to do that, and hello to Tim, FKHC 2005, to show the movie to you, we would have to either pause it every 8 to 30 seconds for commentary, which would make the movie twice as long, at least. We would have to cut it down to basically a slideshow, which some shows do, but we don't really want to do that here.
Yeah,
a little time consuming. And another thing that's time consuming would be to put watermarks over pretty much every frame of the film. And hello to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights.
Hey, Daniel Berry. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Friend.
Or be based out of India, where you can. If you are on YouTube and you find a movie is uncut entire, it is probably because a channel in India did it. Yeah, because we can do that. We can do that here. So what we have in place is let me scroll up and find it, and that is the screening room.
Yes.
And it should be pinned to the bottom of the chat. And if you click on that link, I keep wanting to say prompt for some reason. If you click on that link,
yeah,
you can, and if you are watching live, you can join us in Cosme and follow along with us. If you have your own copy, which we highly recommend having, or if you're on Fandango at home, where this film is available to watch, what we will do is once we start the movie, we are going to put up a commentary. We're going to put up the commentary only banner. So you can click when that banner goes up at the start of the film, sync along with us, and you can follow our commentary. Well, mostly Bill's, because like I said, this is the first time watch. So I can't throw in any story points because I don't really know them. But there will be the trivia section at the end from IMDb, and we'll go into that after the film has completed. And hello to
Tune the News.
Tune the News, our friend Tune the News.
Welcome.
Yes. Okay, so Bill, unless you have anything else, I say let's go ahead and get this party started as we round out the original Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy.
Yes.
Yes.
Ahoy, me mateys.
Film is PG-13 at a runtime of 2 hours, 48 minutes, 44 seconds. We, of course, have the what was at the time the new Disney logo. I believe the first movie was the first one that had that logo to it.
Yeah.
Hello to Santiago Chavez joining us in the Cosmo chat. And hello to the emoji queen, Lady Mist.
Hello, Lady Miss. Behold, we see a hangman's noose, the gallows. Uh, Basically, anything we do like we're gonna hang you. Is that kind of like in the UK right now? I don't know. Maybe they
Yeah,
were
I was
projecting something.
I was about to make a French Revolution joke, but this is actually not too far off in the UK right now.
I know. This is actual stuff that's going on today. Like, yeah, it's that not even their own citizens like living there. As the young boy holds the doubloon and he starts singing the pirate song. They're ever gonna hang a 9-year-old boy? And here we find out that was his whole point. He was hanging everybody to get them to sing this song. That might be a little bit telegraphing, but spoiler alerts. This was 2007, so little bit of spoiler. And the bloom hits the ground with the title "At World's End." Arby hardy yar.
Hello to Enigma Severus. No. You don't want to go to Fiddler's Green. There are too many zombies. And one of them was John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the Cornetto trilogy? Looks like you're in need of some major oral hygiene, sir.
Yeah, this guy was in Tropic Thunder.
And Barbosa is back. I love Jeffrey Rush plays a great pirate Barbosa. You know when you think of Pirate of the Caribbean film, you can't imagine it without Captain Barbosa or Jack Sparrow. It doesn't make for a Pirates of the Caribbean movie without those two main characters. They're in it so well, and they play the part. They literally develop the roles. Okay, JP, if you're one, I'm missing your what you're trying to say there with the WNBA star Caitlin Clark.
No, that's the other one. It's the sails. It literally is Land of the Dead. They're coming out of the water. Yes, and yes.
Oh, when you put it that way, remove. And we find out that she's just one of the smallest. She's the most heavily armed.
Banana.
No, this is not a commercial for the NRA, although it's been considered in many spectrums.
Damn, girl. Yeah. Definitely got some of Davies guys here.
More steam! No!
Ow.
Oh, this is great. Different 2 point different point of views. Oh, imposter.
Yep.
Double cross. Looks like the East Indian Trading Company got there first.
Oh, oh, that was a mistake.
Yeah, she's mad.
Boom. Oh no!
It has a little bit of recoil there, little guy.
Bird.
Oh, got the other twin. Uh-oh. Clever little Jack. Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Right, right into another act of fireworks. Here we have the Flying Dutchman again. Flying Dutchman is now like a submarine, and is working for the East Indian Trading Company because they hold possess Davy Jones' heart. Did we get into wonder? Did somebody able to count nine pieces of eight? Wouldn't there be just eight? Yes. Come sail away, come sail away with me. Oh, little Jackie, are you cold? Uh, can anybody say this big? He lost his big toe. Talk about frostbite. Oh, get it off! What is that thing you put on the screen? Imagine if this little ship hit an iceberg. It would be in. Well, that would sink really fast. We have Davy Jones under servitude of the East Indian Trade Company. He's not enjoying his life, so yeah, he is a loose cannon. He kind of likes the destroying. That could only mean one thing. Thump thump. This is how they get to the Davy Jones's locker.
Oh, piddle.
Yeah, none of them. I don't think all of them made it. And we're in the locker now. We have Jack Sparrow looking for his peanut. The only thing to eat. Jack, what are you gonna do with that goat? Don't do it, Jack.
Oh,
Remember, if you remember what she said, what Calypso said, the torture of your one's soul, and this is he's torturing himself. That's no ordinary rock. He's still in the rock to shoot.
yeah, I figured.
Yeah, now there's rocks are multiplied, but there are no rocks. The March of the White Crabs. Boy, those crabs have great work ethic. They can haul a lot.
Nope.
Where are you going with my bloody ship? There we have the arrival of our others in the Davy Jones's locker. Not every day you see a ship, pirate ship on the sand dunes. I didn't know they could do that. How does QED mean you're not really here? Arr, we heard.
And you better get it before it sails away. Yeah, I know. You already got Chai Yun Fat killed for Pete's sake. Yeah.
One of you succeeded.
Listen to me, you cheating bitch.
Cotton. with the highest bidder. Yes, they went there with those jokes.
Is it?
Yeah, I know, right? It has been lost. It makes you appreciate it when, and then this is the evil corporation, Disney, behind it. Yes, the evil mouse. Back when they actually cared a little less, or put a little bit more that you could get away with.
What you do? Oh, sirens.
Yeah, no, they're just lost souls to the sea. With the Dutchman not doing what it's supposed to do, many lost souls. You drop your balls. Your balls just dropped. No, your father's been murdered. Now she has some unbear reality of what. Yeah, he got killed for his curiosity. I like the rum's gone too.
Ah, terrific.
Why is the rum always gone? Salty wenches. We can get Roman salty wenches. Yeah. Hey, he's on to something. We can see there, guys.
Are ye wanting to be doing this?
Is hold on. Oh, he's gonna lost to the locker. Oh,
Oh!
and here lies what Epi got hit by a cannon. Literally.
Oh, you freaking
The
little
bird says
traitor.
parlay. You're welcome, JPRPH1. Much glad you enjoy them as much as we do. Thank you for becoming a member, a sponsor
Whoops.
for 6 months. Awesome. You have made the
Oh,
rock star list. Now Jack has a bigger telescope. Where on earth did he find that thing? Mind the boat. Mind the boat. There's the Kraken, the beastie.
Oh, good, he didn't die.
Pray I don't alter the deal any further. Calypso.
You're
There's a
putting
ship,
too many holes in the boat.
the Endeavor. Also, I've also believe they named a space shuttle that one, the Endeavor. Well, one of them anyway. That was.
That's going to take a while.
I think that one he definitely worked out, planned out.
Been too good, buddy.
Timestamp 1 hour, 18 minutes, 40 seconds.
It is Xerox the last scene.
If you don't know me, you don't, mate. Yeah. So don't have the face for tentacles. Uh, yeah, nobody wanted to smell your breath, Jack. Pirate. Choosing a side. He chose poorly. I believe that's a sword that Will made. For now. Larry.
Well,
Timestamp 1 hour, 31 minutes, 39 seconds. Halfway through. And here we get the cameo from Keith Richards coming up. His one eye was 9 pieces 8. There's no honor between amongst these. A.B. Hardys are. It's politics. Oh, he did. And Captain Jack Steady, played by Sir Keith Richards. Look inspired. Captain Jack Sparrow. The man's just going to go on living. He'll outlive all of us. Code X. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, the dog with the keys made it back. Sea turtles, mate. Hey, Kronos, what's up, buddy? What? So we should go to war. Mom, your head's shrunken. So is the whole armada of the East Indian Trading Company. Holy boonga boonga. Abandoned ship.
Boy, get back here.
Okay. Trader Parrot. Hey.
Huh. So we're actually going to do this, huh? All right. To Curtis Selby.
Hey, Curtis. Good to see you, pal.
Jeez. Is just making this up as he goes. Somehow I'm going to think that didn't work. Oh, is he finally going to become useful after 3 movies?
I think that might have worked. She's not going to be happy. Oh yeah, she's got a lot of crabs.
Was that supposed to happen?
Yeah. Uh, you need garlic and butter lemons, really?
Which I,
We're now at 1 hour 59 and 50 seconds. Hoist the colors. Hoist the colors. Double move. I'm missing my brain.
Hey, these two guys.
Yeah, I believe the fish people. As Captain Jack Sparrow murdered away with the thump thump. Yeah, yes, and once upon a time there was roly poly fish heads. One time took one out to see a movie. I didn't have to pay to get it in. Yeah, he got the key. The ghost nothing. Yeah, you know, fish heads are never seen with Italian women, and they are roly poly. In some cultures, some people do eat them up. Yum. Absolutely, Igma. We will.
Oh, nice. Meanwhile, hey, that guy.
Oh no, Jackie! Hey, we fired a monkey at him.
Ugh.
Hey, somebody had to do shot the monkey. Shot the monkey. Remember that song from back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Although I think it was shot instead of shot. Yeah, that's the one, JPR. Everyone, yep.
Oh no!
Don't distract me. I'm watching a movie. Yeah. The tentacles all moving on the deck.
I get so lost sometimes. Days passed, wasted, and these moments keep slipping away. Sorry, Peter Gabriel again. Oh, he's got the thump thump.
Yep. Ship must have a captain. He was stabbed in the heart, so he must give his heart. Ship must always have a captain. Davy Jones goes down to Davy Jones' locker.
Sorry, Enigma, we're not even close to winning.
We're at 2 hours, 21 minutes, 40 seconds. No, it was a spider monkey. What was it to see? The name of the ship was a Billy Oakie. I love how they do it. My God, that ship's got a lot of cannons. Hey, LGG, free the net. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday to you.
Whoops.
Ah, you're screwed. You are in so much trouble. Yeah, this is one of my favorite scenes too. Just because it gets destroyed. Abandoned ship. It's like, oh shit, not again. Damn Polly pirates. Oh shit, there goes the world. It's a space ball. This right here, it's like all brand new, and then it's like, boom, it's gone. Boom shakalaka. Yes, yes. Boom. They just took out the flagship of the Armada. And now those two
Yeah.
switch sides, they're pirates. Ready to sail. Ready to sail. Cotton, you want to throw my hat? Keith Richards. Now go get it.
No, right. This was 2007 Kronos.
Yeah, came out the very next year.
Yeah, they shot 2 and 3 back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back when the House of Mouse actually made good movies. Although I do have hopes for Doomsday. It's looking pretty good. But that's a tale for another story and another stream and another broadcast. Yeah, I'm with you, Kronos. The first three of the trilogy are pretty good. It gets Indiana Jones in the fourth one, and then The fifth one's kind of all over the map, but they are somewhat fun films, but that's not as great as the core trilogy, the first three films. But all of them are nothing without, like I was saying earlier, all of them are nothing without Jack Sparrow or Captain Barbossa. Well, it's rumored that as Johnny Depp is back on as Jack Sparrow for Pirate Six. So we'll see. See, they might surprise us. Is that it? That is a thingy. And gone. Where's my vessel gone to? Oh yes, there it is. Set out to sea already. Uh, Mr. Gibbs, why is my ship gone? No, we're not. Savvy.
Yeah.
Give nothing back. Arby Hardy's are. The shots. The fount de maillot. That crafty Jack Sparrow.
All right, go back and get him.
It does set up the premises for the next film.
Huh.
Yeah, pointed to the rum.
Jeez, oh.
The ocean is still an upward frontier. Yeah, in a way. And there are pirates. There are actual pirates at seas. They may not be these type of pirates, but there are pirates at seas. They're pretty nasty fellows. Arby Hardy, shall you consult the scrolls, sir?
I will say, consult the scrolls. Indeed. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. It was released May 25th, 2007. Estimated budget of $300 million. Jeez. Going on to gross $961.7 million worldwide. All right. Scroll down. Was nominated for 2 Academy Awards for makeup and visual effects. Was nominated for visual effects at the BAFTAs. Was nominated for the Actor Awards, what used to be called the Screen Actors Guild Awards, for best ensemble, best stunt ensemble in a motion picture. Nominated for 4 Saturn Awards, best fantasy film, costumes, visual effects, and winning for makeup. All right. Nominated for 3 MTV Movie Awards. Best Movie. Best Female Performance for Keira Knightley. And winning Best Comedic Performance for Johnny Depp. Altogether, 23 wins and 51 other nominations.
That's quite a lot.
Indeed. All right. Went into pre-production February 23rd, 2005. Filming began April 4th. Post-production March 18th, 2006. Went back for reshoots April the same year. Post-production November 10th, 2006. Began again March 24th the next year. Completed April 7th, 2007. Released May 12th, 2007. Filming locations include Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah for Davy Jones's Locker. Niagara Falls. Slowly he turned Niagara Falls, New York. Palmdale Regional Airport, Palmdale, California, for the climactic ocean battle scene. Maui and Oahu, Hawaii. Apomo, California, for the dunes. Dominica, Guadalupe, California, for the dune scenes. Hanalei Plantation Resort, Kauai, Hawaii. Wendover, Utah. Falls Lake Backlot. Universal Studios, 100 Universal City Plaza, Universal City, California, for Port Royal. Little Europe Backlot, Universal Studios. Rancho Palos Verdes, California. Redondo Beach, California. Los Angeles, California. Mediterranean Square Backlot, Universal Studios. Stage 28, Universal Studios. Demolished, 2014. Santa Clarita, California. Stage 12, Universal Studios. Demolished, 2020. Stage 2 and Stage 31, Walt Disney Studios. No, I'm sorry. Stage 2, Walt Disney Studios, 500 South Buena Vista Street, Burbank, California. Stage 31, Universal Studios, 100 Universal City Plaza. Well, Walt Disney Studios and Universal Studios. We said that. Okay, moving on. Righty. Selections from the soundtrack include Only Found Out Yesterday, written and performed by Keith Richards. Hoist the Colors, lyrics by Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio, music by Hans Zimmer and Gore Verbinski. Yo-Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me, words by Xavier Atencio, music by George Bruns, performed by Sam Bauer. All right, on to the trivia. This was the most expensive film ever made up to that point, not adjusted for inflation. The budget ran to $300 million, making it the first film in history with a budget that high. That's more than the combined budget of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That record had been broken the same year by Spider-Man 3 in 2007, which the record had previously been broken the same year by Spider-Man 3, 2007, which costs $258 million. This film held the record until surpassed by its own sequel, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, 2011, with a net budget of $379 million. The green flash is a real but very rare optical phenomenon during sunrise or sunset that is best observed at sea. It is caused by the refraction of light in the atmosphere, amplified by a mirage. At around 23 minutes, the scene in which Jack the monkey is shivering was accomplished by the concerted efforts of the special effects and animal training departments. The effects guys made a small wooden barrel with a vibrating plate on top. The animal trainers taught the monkey to sit with their arms crossed on the plate. The character of pirate lord Mistress Ching is likely inspired by the real-life Chinese pirate Ching Ai Shao, aka Ching Yi Shao, who controlled the South China Sea with her large pirate fleet in the early 1800s. The real-life Council of Pirates existed at one time. The Brethren of the Coast was a loose coalition of pirates and buccaneers active in the 17th and 18th centuries in the Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea, and Gulf of Mexico.
There's a cutscene right now where 10 years later, Will comes back and he meets his son. It's just the one day that he gets to come back. It's just a little cutscene. This boy's 10-year-old. You can continue with the scrolls.
All right. A real-life council of pirates existed at one time. The Brethren of the Coast was a loose coalition of pirates and buccaneers active in the 17th and 18th centuries in the Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico. They had a base on the island of Tortuga off the coast of Haiti and in Port Royal, Jamaica. The Brethren were originally French Huguenots and British Protestants, but their ranks were joined by other adventurers of various nationalities, including Spaniards and Africans. How about that? A movie that had a realistic, diverse cast and did not call attention to itself.
Yeah, I know, right?
Remember when that used to happen, folks?
In the early 2000s, it looks like.
Yeah. Keith Richards playing Captain Teague, Jack Sparrow's father and the keeper of the pirate code. Richards is Johnny Depp's friend and main inspiration for his Jack Sparrow character, and he was slated to appear in Dead Man's Chest in 2006. But scheduling conflicts with the world tour of his band, of course, the Rolling Stones, prevented this. The day Richards came into film, that Gorfurbke had to prop him up. Richards remarked, "If you want it straight, then you got the wrong man."
Right. Miss the early 20s? Yeah.
Yeah.
I still miss the 80s. I hung up on the 80s. That's just me.
Johnny Depp thoroughly enjoyed working with his co-star Jeffrey Rush in the first film and was pleased to get more screen time alongside of him. He's saying we were like a couple of old ladies with knitting needles. The waterfall scene was filmed at Niagara Falls. Some scenes were filmed during the production of Dead Man's Chest, so their locations would not have to be revisited by the crew. The scenes in Davy Jones's locker was shot in Utah. The monochromatic style was used to represent its antithesis from the usual colorful pirate environment. At around 41 minutes, the film is the first in the franchise in which Captain Barbossa's first name, Hector, is said. Interestingly, the writers did not initially plan on giving the character a first name. In the commentary for The Curse of the Black Pearl, Johnny Depp jokingly said that Barbossa's name was Hector. This comment was misinterpreted by fans to be the character's actual name and thus left the writers to feel they had no choice but to include it in the franchise. Filming started without a finished script. Never a good idea, kids.
Yeah.
Here they got lucky. But if any of you plan to make a film, unless you think you're Jean-Luc Godard or something and can improvise with the camera, I would advise, locking down the script first. Just saying. The flags hoisted by the pirate fleet are based on flags of real-world pirates. Christopher Moody, red flag with winged chalice arm and knife and skull on crossbones. Thomas II, an arm with a cutlass. De Frank, a man clubbing a skull and crossbones. Bartholomew Blackheart Roberts. Oh, I like that already. A man dancing with a skeleton who holds a spear. Edward Blackbeard Teach, a skeleton holding a spear stabbing a red heart. Edward Lowe, a red skeleton. The flag hoisted by the Black Pearl is that of John Calico Jack Rackham, a skull and crossed cutlasses. At around 32 minutes, when the screen goes black as the crew falls over the world's end, ghostly music and voices are directly from the Disneyland ride. Most notable is Paul Frees's voice of the Skull and Crossbones that infamously warns passengers, "Dead men tell no tales." The climactic sea battle was shot in an air hangar at Palmdale, California, where the cast had to wear wetsuits underneath their costumes on angle-tipped ships. The water-drenched set was kept to freezing temperatures to prevent bacterial infection. Chow Yun-fat relished his role as Sao Feng, and would often assist the crew in improving the set to make his performance work better. Hans Zimmer composed 8 new motifs, including a new love theme for the film's soundtrack. He scored scenes as the editors began work, so as to influence their choice of cutting to the music. Gore Verbinski assisted Hans Zimmer on composing the musical score for the film. He and Zimmer collaborated on the Hoist the Color song, and Verbinski played the guitar in the parlay scene. And Jack is traded to Beckett and Davy Jones in exchange for Will. The Singapore city was constructed out of 40 buildings within a tank that was 24 meters long and 40 meters wide, and 1 meter deep. Not much is known historically about 18th century Singapore, so the filmmakers based the set design on Chinese and Malaysian cities of the same period in an expressionist style. Cast and crew filmed off the coast of Southern California in the South Bay area around the last week of August 2006. The Black Pearl could be seen sailing to and from port from the Palos Verdes estates and Redondo Beach Pier. Stars of the film would take time off from shooting to meet fans and sign autographs. According to Gore Verbinski, Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl was a character-driven film, and Dead Man's Chest was a plot-driven film. So to make the whole cycle work, he wanted to make this third film a combination of both plot and character. At around 2 hours and 5 minutes, the line spoken by Barbossa as they enter the maelstrom is one of the lines spoken by the Skull at the Disneyland ride before going down the first drop. "It be too late to alter course now." The first film in the franchise to portray that common pirate stereotype, the eye patch. The name Barbossa might have been derived from the real Turkish pirate Barbarossa. Barbarossa, also known as Redbeard, was once a pirate of the Aegean and Mediterranean seas before he became a fleet admiral of the Ottoman Empire Navy. During filming, Johnny Depp practiced singing for his next role. Ask Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street, also 2007, and of course he went on to be Oscar nominated for that part as well. With the parlay score that is played during the meeting on the island scene, is very similar to the Man with the Harmonica theme composed by Ennio Morricone for the movie. Well, they say it in Italian, but it's Once Upon a Time in the West, 1968. Yep. The whole scene is an homage to that film, indicated by the back and forth cutting between faces staring at each other in extreme close-ups. While the events of the movie are obviously fictional, the real-life East India Trading Company did possess its own naval forces and did participate in anti-piracy operations with the British Royal Navy. One in particular was the attacking capture of the pirate island boat of G-A-G-R-A, whatever, 1786, Admiral Charles Watson. At around 1 hour and 45 minutes, the dog with the keys shows up at the Pirate Council meeting. When Pintel and Rigetti ponder how, since they last saw the dog being chased by cannibals, Captain Teague tells them, "Sea turtles, mate." Sea turtles are frequently mentioned in the franchise to explain miraculous escapes. The film's running time was originally 3 hours. And even though Jerry Bruckheimer claimed the long running time made the final battle work in terms of build-up, he decided to cut it down by 20 minutes.
Wise move.
Yeah. At around 2 hours 35 minutes, Jack says, "Jink up me hearties, yo-ho." This is also his final line in the first film. According to Gore Verbinski, the Singapore scenes were intended to parody spa culture. Well, kind of obvious. A naturally humid atmosphere was achieved with a careful combination of lighting equipment and gallons of water, and fungi were allowed to grow within the set to enhance the mood. At the beginning of the movie, when Rigetti is looking up through the planks, Elizabeth's skirt, he's looking with his right eye. Oh, it's just a fake eye. You idiot.
That was a good joke, though.
Yeah, the animators.
And you really had to know, like, some that would go over most people's heads. But if you know what to look for, you know what the joke was.
The animators completed the visual effects in 5 months. Hans Zimmer stated in an interview that he wrote the music for the films as if he was scoring, quote, a biker movie. And during the process, he substituted the ships for motorcycles in his mind when viewing the film. According to Greek myth, Calypso is an ancient goddess of the sea. Sometimes she's Charlize Theron. Sometimes Vanessa Williams. Or sometimes she just turns into crabs and swims away. Moving on. Chip and Salsa play the parrot that talks to the pirate Cotton. Only one bird appears at a time, but both birds play the same character. Chip performed the most of the scenes where the parrot was recorded sit patiently on the character's shoulder. Salsa performed most of the tricks and when they seem required more animation, such as fine. At 2 hours and 49 minutes, it is the longest running Disney film as of 2026, excluding films from Touchstone Pictures, Hollywood Pictures, Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, 20th Century Studios, and Searchlight Pictures. Because in that case, I think Endgame would be the longest. Pirates of the Caribbean franchise is the 12th highest grossing franchise ever. As all the shooting required in the Caribbean had been conducted in 2005, filming went on at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah and the Californian coast. Keira Knightley has stated that due to exhaustion, she fell asleep during the premiere of the film. As a result, she's never seen the complete film. Since she doesn't own her films on DVD and never watches them again after the first screening, she's unlikely to do so. This is the 4th pirate movie Hans Zimmer has scored, although Klaus Badelt is credited for scoring Curse of the Black Pearl. Zimmer personally composed several themes for the movie while producing the rest of the score. In addition to the 3 Pirates films, he also scored Muppet Treasure Island in 1996. Captain Barbossa can be seen wearing an Eagle Scout ring in several sequences. This ring signifies that someone in the Boy Scouts has earned the highest rank known as Eagle Scouts. So he's an Eagle Scout. But how? I don't know. IMDb does not say. At around an hour and 40 minutes, during Jack's monologue to the Pirate Council, he is heard to remark, "Res ipsa loquitur," which is Latin for "it speaks to the thing itself," a term used frequently in the writings of the late Hunter S. Thompson, a close friend of Johnny Depp. At around 12 minutes, Xiao Fang threatens Will with a fid, a sharp tool used for winding ropes together. The East India Trading Company naval officer uniforms are fairly accurate and are based off a 1761 uniform warrant that states that officers will wear blue coats with yellow facings and waistcoats. This was the last film in the franchise to be directed by Gore Verbinski. Jack the Monkey was played by two monkeys, Chiquita and Pablo, who replaced the two monkeys from the first film. Tara and Levi played a part of Jack the Monkey in the first film. Release prints were delivered to theaters with the fake title Rummy 3. At 21 minutes, the toy soldiers seen on Lord Beckett's desk are specially ordered from King and Country, a Hong Kong-based company that deals in military miniatures. As all the Caribbean location shows up. Yeah, we said that. They shot in California for 70 days. Black Pearl itself, while docked in San Pedro Harbor, was used to film an ad for the movie and a contest called Party on the Pearl, using some of the movie's cast. The ad starred Martin Klepa, Spencer the Monkey, David Blue, and Jeremiah Hu. Liar's Dice can be played on the Blu-ray version of the DVD as a special feature. The last highest-grossing film worldwide to earn less than $1 billion, as every highest-grossing film worldwide beginning in 2008 has crossed the $1 billion mark. This streak was broken in 2020. They might want to think about that. They might want to think about that little tidbit. Yeah. Industrial Light and Magic created 750 visual effect shots in the film, while Digital Domain created 300 visual effect shots for the film. At the time of its release, the fifth highest grossing film worldwide, after Titanic, Return of the King, Dead Man's Chest, and the first Harry Potter movie. Fifth sequel in history to gross over $900 million worldwide, after The Two Towers, Return of the King, Shrek 2, and Dead Man's Chest. Highest grossing film of 2007 worldwide. Grossed $140 million domestically over Memorial Day weekend, more than any other film up to that point, surpassing X-Men: The Last Stand with $123 million. It held the record for 15 years until finally surpassed by Top Gun: Maverick in 2022 with $161 million. In the novelization, by the time of this film, Elizabeth now considers herself a pirate. Tia Dalma says, "Poor unfortunate souls." Ursula the Sea Witch sang the same thing in another Disney film, The Little Mermaid, in 1989. Flotsam and Jetsam and Shipwreck City may also be an in-joke to Ursula's minions, too. Okay. As the longest of the Pirates films, producer Jerry Bruckheimer maintained a long running time was needed to make the film. Yeah, we've said that. In pirate culture, Davy Jones's locker is both purgatory and hell, which is why in reality it's white. Purgatory is the in-between. It's the place the spirit of the deceased sits and waits to see where the afterlife decides its final resting place or another chance at life. Purgatory is often white. It can be gray sometimes. That's why Jack was stuck there, yet the color was white. The film contains two instances of the famous Wilhelm scream. At 1 hour 30 minutes, Calypso is cited by Davy Jones in this film to be a heathen god. This brings the saga full circle, as in The Curse of the Black Pearl, Barbossa mentioned heathen gods. The shot of Pintel and Ragetti in a rowboat at 1 hour 7 seconds seems to be a reused shot from Dead Man's Chest when they were heading for the Cannibal Island. The shot is slightly zoomed in. It's more grainy. Presumable this was done to hide the fact that there would only be open ocean behind them. In the novelization, Elizabeth doesn't know if Will's any different from pirates and doesn't know if she can trust him anymore. She also lost some respect for Norrington when he handed Heart of Davy Jones to Lord Beckett to regain his standing in the Navy, but he never stopped loving Elizabeth in spite of her love for the pirate's life. This is interesting. The film was censored in China, with Chilean fat scenes trimmed from versions of the film which may be shown in China. I gotta figure that's because he chose to stay in Hong Kong for so long. I don't think he ever went to the mainland. Some of them did, but I don't think he did. He was always his own man. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. In the locker, Jack Sparrow says we shall have a magnificent garden party, and you're not invited. In Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass, Johnny Depp played the Mad Hatter, a character known for his garden parties. At World's End was originally intended to be the final installment in the series. However, it can be viewed as the end of the trilogy that started with Curse of Black Pearl, given to feature films On Stranger Tides and Dead Men 2011 and Dead Men Tell No Tales in 2017 being standalone sequels. According to the novelization, the Flying Dutchman is the fastest ship on the ocean. In Italy, the Curse of the Black Pearl was renamed in English Curse of the First Moon. Dead Man's Chest was called Curse of the Ghost Chest. But At World's End was translated correctly. I'm not going to do the Italian, guys. I'm just going to mess it up. In the novelization, Elizabeth felt terribly guilty about leaving Jack to be killed by the Kraken at the end of the first film. Margheretti. Yeah.
Coco.
But she sensed that he was proud of her pirate-like behavior. Both Keira Knightley and Tom Holland are starring in the 2005 remake of Pride and Prejudice. Knightley's Elizabeth Bennet, Hollander's Mr. Collins. The film sold 14 million copies in 2007, becoming the fastest-selling video release of the year in the United States. At the beginning, whenever the word suspended is spoken, as in right of habeas corpus, suspended, the prisoners are hanged. In other words, literally left suspended. The third Walt Disney Pictures film to be rated PG-13. At around 1 hour 35 minutes, Gentleman Jacquard, played by Hakim Kazim, suggests cutting out Barbossa's tongue. Kai Kazim previously guest starred in Ali Rashid and the Thieves in 1997, playing a character who did cut out someone's tongue. Ouch. The third film in history to gross over 300 million worldwide on its opening weekend after Revenge of the Sith and Spider-Man 3. At around 8 minutes, the scene in which Elizabeth is forced to remove and hand over all her weapons before entering Southing's bathhouse mirrors a similar scene in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, 1985, in which Max, Mel Gibson of course, is forced to remove and hand over all of his weapons at the entrance of Bartertown. The novelization mentions the pirate executions, but doesn't depict them like the film does. In the novelization, Lord Beckett considers Jack peculiar, devious, and Barbossa considers Jack dangerous but full-hearted. Some of these repeat between the three films. With this film, the Pirates franchise broke the $2 billion mark at the global box office. The Maelstrom sequence took 10 weeks to film. It was extremely difficult for the actors. Keira Knightley said, "The water is literally in your eyes the entire time, and you've got an entire camera crew coming at you." Jeffrey Rush said, "When my costume is wet, I weigh 45 pounds more, and underneath it can barely move." Kevin McNally said, "Oh my God, how wet can a man be?" Hans Zimmer composed the score at the same time that he was writing the music for the Simpsons movie. This movie contains 3 actors from Game of Thrones. Jonathan Price as the High Sparrow, Mackenzie Crook as RL, and Andy Beckwith as Aurora. This series has a rather inconsistent naming concept. Okay. Germany, Black Pearl is called Caribbean's Curse. Yeah, it's German. I'm not reading all that. All right. The film debut of actress Natalie Victoria. Who's she? Don't know. But she's in the movie. The 209th live action film produced by Disney. At around 2 hours, 35 minutes at the end, back at Tortuga, when Jack figures out that Barbossa stole his ship, gets slapped by the two women, Scarlett and Giselle. Look at Jack's waist. He has his mum tied around his belt, the shrunken head. He gets his mom. The sword that Will made for Commodore Norrington has an interesting role throughout this one. We pointed this out. Beckett returns it to Norrington upon his assignment as admiral. Norrington stabs Davy Jones with it as his answer to Jones's question, "Do you fear death?" Jones takes it, nice sword, and uses it in the final battle. Sparrow knocks it from Jones's hand during the battle to the deck of the Dutchman, where it is found by one of Beckett's soldiers. While admiring it, the soldier is killed by Jones, who takes it back and later uses it to stab Will through the heart. The sword is last seen in Will's chest as his father goes to remove his heart for the Dutchman's chest. But it has been rumored that when Will and the Dutchman return, Will has the sword at his waist, and this is the sword in the sand on the beach, along with Elizabeth's at the end. After the credits, there's an extra scene that shows Will, his father, and the Flying Dutchman returning to the island, where Elizabeth is waiting for him and their 9-year-old son, Henry Turner. At around 2 hours, 30 minutes, the farewells Elizabeth receives from the pirates echo their greetings and farewells in The Curse of the Black Pearl. Pintel, who met Elizabeth with Ella Papa, says bye, Papa, to her. Barbossa, who first thought Elizabeth was Miss Turner, calls her Mrs. Turner. Elizabeth tells Jack Sparrow it never would have worked out between them, which Sparrow had told her earlier. At 1 hour 55 minutes, prior to dissolving into a swarm of crabs, Calypso shouts a French incantation, which in the script reads a bunch of French stuff, roughly translated across all the waters, find a path to he who wrongfully entombed me. But you never see her again. So, okay. At the end of the film, shows Jack Sparrow in the same position he was at the beginning of Crystal Black Pearl, aboard a small boat in the ocean, sailing towards a destination in search of a fabled artifact. Two major plot points. Governor Swan learning the truth about Jones's heart and the cause of the original loss of the Black Pearl are revealed in the deleted scenes. Number one occurs when Beckett and Norrington first board the Dutchman. Cruelly, Jones tells Governor Swan that Elizabeth is dead, so he tries to stab the heart, and Jones mockingly tells him what would happen if he did. Number two occurs in an extended cut with the discussion between Beckett and Jack. It is revealed that Beckett had a deal with Jack to steal some cargo that turned out to be slaves. So when Jack set them free, Beckett burned and sank the Black Pearl and branded him. In this scene, Beckett is amazed to see the pearl afloat and says that Jack paid, quote, a heavy price to have her back. The pieces of 8 as seen in the film, Righetti's wooden eye, Barbossa, a miniature wine cup, Armand Corsair, a Jack of Spades playing card, Captain Cheval, a cork in a broken rum bottle, Captain Villanueva, a pair of glasses, Mistress Ching, a pair of tobacco shears, Gentleman Jacquard, a tusk fragment, Sri Sambhaji, a pennant, Xiaofeng, later Elizabeth, and an old coin from Siam, from Jack. The first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, or Rigetti and Pentel, actually have their name set on screen. It also marks their last appearance in the series. At the end of the film, many characters end up the same way they were at the beginning of the first film. Jack's in the dinghy. Will and Elizabeth are not together. Jack is sleeping. Gibbs is sleeping underground, and Barbossa is the captain of the Black Pearl with Pentel, Rigetti, and Jack the Monkey as part of his crew. At around 2 hours 35 minutes, the Jolly Roger that Jack flies from his dinghy at the end of the film is a variation of the one flown by the historical pirate Henry Every. The character Tai Wang, the leader of Captain Xiaofeng's crew, was played by Reggie Lee. Lee was earlier seen as Headless, the cone shell-headed member of Davy Jones's crew in Dead Man's Chest, best remembered as the pirate whose head is knocked off by a coconut thrown by Jack Sparrow, after which the decapitated head tries to direct its body around by telling it which way to look. Headless makes a short appearance in At World's End. During the Maelstrom battle sequence, Jack shoots the chest out of Davy Jones's hand. The chest then falls on Headless's head. He then stumbles backward and falls overboard. This places both of Reggie Lee's characters on two different ships that are both present at the final battle. For the shoot with the Shadow of the Pearl, the crew built a 60-foot replica of the front half of the Black Pearl on the back of a semi-trailer in the Salt Flats of Utah. The shoot was scheduled for 19 days and took 4 days. It is mentioned in the movie that real love can free the captain of the Flying Dutchman from his duty. This immediately sparked a fan theory that Will would be set free when Elizabeth awaits him in the post-credit scene. When he comes on land after his first 10-year stint as on the Flying Dutchman. Support for this theory has become stronger when word got out of a scene cut from the final movie. When it was explicitly stated that Davy Jones's curse was prolonged indefinitely because Calypso did not greet him after his first 10 years. However, this suggestion wasn't followed because Dead Men Tell No Tales in 2017 shows Will still bound to the Dutchman 12 years after he became its captain and follows the exploits of his son Henry trying to lift the curse. A piece of 8 is a silver coin called a real. Used as currency in Spain from the mid-14th through the late 19th century, it was called a piece of 8 because from 1497 to 1642, a real was worth 1/8 of a Spanish dollar. A person needed 8 pieces to equal a dollar. Even after the coin's value dropped, the name stuck. In the film, the piece of 8 is a relic that identifies a captain as one of the 9 pirate lord of the Brethren Court. Many lines throughout the trilogy are taken straight from the ride and are mainly spoken by Barbossa. Most notably, strike your colors, you blooming cockroaches, and several others. In this one, he has multiple lines from the ride. It'd be too late to alter course now. Ye may not survive to pass this way again. And these be the last friendly words you hear. Soldiers Mulroy and Murtaugh make a return after appearing in Curse the Black Pearl, but not Dead Man's Chest. In both movies, they are guarding something important. The Interceptor and Curse the Black Pearl, the chest with Davy Jones's heart and At World's End. And Jack Sparrow tricks them in the same way. He asks them why they are there instead of somewhere else, and the answer causes them to get into a trivial discussion. This distracts them to the extent that they no longer pay attention to Jack, who subsequently slips by unnoticed. Jack Sparrow doesn't appear until 33 minutes into the film. At 2 hours and 35 minutes at the end of the film, Barbossa suggests to his crew that they go looking for the Fountain of Youth, but is prevented by doing so since the relevant portion of the map has been stolen. Next, we see Jack and his dinghy turning the rings of the map to form a chalice and the assumed location of the Fountain of Youth mount, marked by an X. Judging from its position on the map and remembering the relative inaccuracy of the mapping techniques of the day, the X lies over the Everglades, roughly 33 miles southwest of Lake Okeechobee. At the end of the film, when Jack looks at the navigational charts, he reads about Aqua de Vida and Ponce de Leon. These leads are picked up in the main storyline of the fourth film, On Stranger Tides. Keira Knightley's second to last film in the franchise is Elizabeth Swann. She declined to return for On Stranger Tides, stating that although she thoroughly enjoyed making the first two movies, the lengthy shooting process as well as promotional duties prevented her from accepting many other movie roles. She also cited that the sequels would take up too much time of her time as a mother. She agreed to return for a small cameo in Dead Man Tell No Tales. Around 2 hours, 11 minutes, Barbossa marries Will and Elizabeth on the deck of the Black Pearl. This event is foreshadowed in previous film, Dead Man's Chest, around an hour 40 minutes, when Jack tells Elizabeth aboard the Black Pearl, "Lassie, I'm the captain of a ship, and being captain of a ship, I could, in fact, perform a marriage right here, right on this deck." Elizabeth's Hoist the Colors speech is often played at home games. Major League Baseball's Pittsburgh Pirates, whenever the game heads to the bottom in the ninth inning. When Elizabeth is named by Tai Wang and Xiao Feng's crew as their captain, after being asked by Davy Jones' board of Dutchman, the Singaporean crew speaks Mandarin. When Norrington breaks Elizabeth and the crew out of the brig, Tai Wang speaks Mandarin to the crew when Elizabeth nods for them to leave. In the novelization, Jack's final appearances during the sandbar scene. In fact, the ending of the book is drastically different from the film. The book ends just as they're about to go into combat with the East India Trading Company, so the audience doesn't see Barbossa marry Will and Elizabeth in battle, the death of Lord Beckett and Davy Jones, or the search for the Fountain of Youth, which forms the plotline for On Stranger Tides. The last line of the book is Elizabeth calling them the Pirates of the Caribbean. So basically, the novelization leaves out the entire last 45 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
At 1 hour, 12 minutes, 45 seconds, Xiao Feng is speaking to Elizabeth in Chinese with the false belief that she is Calypso. According to the script, he is reciting a verse from the poem To Zhang's Dancing. The translation of the verse is young willow shoots brushing the water of the garden pool. This is likely meant as a metaphor for how Calypso is trapped in human form. She's able to be around and touch the ocean, but she isn't able to really be in it in the way she can be in her true form. And her powers are severely limited in her human form. She can barely touch and brush the surface, the full capacity of her power. Jack Sparrow's look is visually, yeah, we said that already. All right, that's it.
The scrolls are closed?
The scrolls are closed.
All righty. Well, that comes to what I've been dying to, did it on the tip of my tongue. Next week, we will be back with a B movie from 1956, Earth versus the Flying Saucers. I've been looking forward to because I've been wanting to do some B movies, and we're gonna kick it off with Earth versus the Flying Saucers. Somewhere I had that. There it is. Yeah, there it is. There's the overlay, and the black and white version. Yes, that will be next week's feature, right here, same time, same YouTube channels. Lead the scenes and yours truly bring you Earth versus the Flying Saucers. I want to thank everybody for coming out here today. Lady Miss Ingma Service, go check out his video on the pirates. I wish we had the link. I wish could get that link in there. I couldn't find it, but I will. I highly recommend everybody go view that. Uh, Thank you, everybody, for being here. Kronos and so, JPRPH1, you know who you are. All the others, thank you so very, very, very much. We are much appreciated, and we're glad that you enjoy these as much as we do. With that in mind, I will say my parting words. Until then, always remain to be excellent to each other. Party on, and we'll see you at the next one. Okay, back to you.
All right. And as I always say at the end of every broadcast, I want to once again thank everyone for joining us in the live chat. I know we had over 50 people watching at one point, so thank you all very much. Even if you're only here for a few moments, that's quite all right. You do not have to engage with the chat, just as long as you enjoy the show. Hit the like, share out the stream here on both Bill's channel and mine. We do this show every week. If you like what you see, if you've never seen Earth versus the Flying Saucers, next week's going to be your opportunity. Yeah. So if you like what you see here on Bill's channel and mine, please feel free to become subscribers. Memberships are available. And as I always say, well, number one, I do, before we do move on, I do want to thank Connie Cleary.
Yes, thank you.
And JPRPH1 for the member chats during the course of the show.
Yeah.
I don't want to forget them. All right. Once again, thank you all for joining us. And as I always say at the end of every broadcast, from HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win. That's the link to Enigma's video.
Oh, cool.
Yes. All right. Push the button, Frank.
Yeah. I know. That's what I did it.
Okay. There you go.